Sunshine Coast women are learning how to save themselves from suffering the fate of a Melbourne woman who was raped and murdered 2 months ago. Free self-defence classes are being run in the wake of that terrible crime.
This is British Army Unarmed Combat 101.
There, okay? And it drops the attacker there.
Pressure point strikes can bring any man down.
It's going to get a strike there.
Women learn to hit where it hurts. Their body weight becomes their weapon, and they know how to deliver a knockout punch that could kill a killer.
3, 2, 1.
Predators target the defenceless. These women are no longer in that category.
It doesn't matter what size of person you are against the attacker, you can just hit those pressure points and knock them down.
Jill Maher faced the attacker these women are training for. A serial rapist allegedly buried her on the outskirts of Melbourne in September.
There's too many bad things going around in this country and other countries. And everybody, not just women, need to know how to defend themselves.
Daniel Morecambe was just 13 when he was abducted. Girls around the same age are learning to be alert and ready.
Because so many kids and everything have been taken away from their families and been hurt.
If they had learned some self-defence, they might still be.
Courses are being run for free. Instructors know you can't put a price on a life.
You actually can come through this, that you have the intent that the person that may be attacking you is going to be taken down and that you're going to get away safely.
Michelle Rattray, 7 News.
What I'm going to show you now are 3 self-defence actions that you can use against any attacker or attackers. It comprises unarmed combat, pressure points and leverage. But before I do that, remember, you need to be aware of what's going on around you. You need to have the intent to carry these actions out. You need to target correctly, and you need to make full use of your body weight and kinetic energy, so mainly body weight. Okay, so without further ado, let's get the action started for action, self-defense action number 1. So as the attacker moves in, make sure you transfer your body weight forward by stepping forward to slow down the attack, to take the energy away from the attacker. At the same time, lift both of your arms up and use the knife hand edge, the edge of your hand, to strike the pressure point areas in the upper arm, in the heart 2 area. Okay, so once again, as he steps forward to attack, strike, to try and take me down, I move forward and deflect strike down, which knocks his arms downwards, exposing the targets to me, lateral side of the neck. Another pressure point strike, doubled to the neck. That should be enough to take the attacker out at that point there. But if it doesn't, always add more actions on. So you step back to get the distance and you drive a front kick in, either off the front leg or off the rear leg. I chose to do it off the rear leg, ball the foot, strike. I'm in bare feet, it doesn't matter if you've got shoes on. So as I go for the kick, I'll do it slow, into midsection there, all groin, all the legs. That kick will break the legs if you kick low. Notice also that I followed up with another kick, okay, which is a hook kick. So I make sure that the hook kick goes in, which is a knockout kick against the temple. The attacker goes down from the kicks, and I'm able to safely walk away. Okay, so slow down on this one. As the attacker launches that punch to try and take my head off, what I do is I step to the outside of the attacker. I strike and deflect at the same time with my left arm, and then wind up the energy using my hips for a pressure point strike to heart 2, which is under the bicep area here. Okay, so those first 2 moves are going to be demonstrated first in slow time. So the punch comes in, deflection strike, wind up the power, hip first, heart 2, drop the arm there. The next thing I'm going to do is step in, use the palm of the hand to strike to the groin or any other target area on the lower part of the attacker's body. followed by transferring my hand into a V-shaped position to strike just above the windpipe, under the jaw, and use leverage to smash the attacker's head to the floor, followed by a strike while as he goes down always on the floor, like this. So from here, groin to there, transfer hand, down, using full body weight there. End of attacker, end of attack, check the area for any more attackers, and then safely walk away. So once again in slow motion, those actions as follows. As the attacker throws that hook punch in, which is the most common attack on the streets these days, is that hook punch, sucker punch. What I do is I step to the side on the attacker's open side. I strike, deflect, to make sure that punching arm is no danger to me. I'm aware that he might punch with the other arm, but that's why I go through these actions so fast. They haven't got a chance to use another part of the body. And then the next move I do is to strike the neck, instant knockout, lateral side of the neck and or temple, either with an open hand or a closed fist. Okay, so lateral side of the neck and or the temple. Then I'll follow up with some other moves which I'll explain shortly. Okay, so that punch comes in, so it's deflection and the strike, so you're winding it up from the deflection, strike to the neck or the temple. I did the neck actually, and then from here I'm setting my body weight up, my hips up to strike to the intercostal nerves between the rib cages here by striking with a inverted punch to there. Then hip position up, perfect position to strike to the solar plexus here with another inverted punch, fits exactly into the solar plexus to there. Once again I can see another target area here, so as I move my body across I go for the leg strike there and then step through, take them down if required, or follow up with another punch, another strike if required. Okay, remember that strike to the leg, it's on the inside of the leg in this position here, on either leg, not on the kneecap but just inside there, gallbladder 10, which would take their leg away from them straight away, as you just saw there. But if they're still stood up, you take them down by using leverage, which I just showed, and follow up with another strike so you can walk away, so you can safely walk away, and that's end of the attacker or attackers. Thanks, Marco. So remember the main points that I've shown you on the three demonstrations, the three attacks, resulting in the three major self-defense actions incorporating unarmed combat, pressure points and leverage. The first one, as I stated at the beginning, you need to be aware of what's going on around you. Listen to your gut instinct. If you think there's going to be some trouble, you just avoid trouble straight away. Just avoid the situation straight away. Number two, you need to be intent on taking out, destroying the attacker or attackers. You must have a clear mindset regarding that. So when you move, when you get into action, you go for it. No second thoughts. Targeting, as I demonstrated earlier, you need to target vulnerable parts of the body, vulnerable areas of the body, whether they're pressure points or not. And lastly, that transfer of body weight towards the target. So you use maximum body weight, body mass and kinetic energy as you move into a position to take out the attacker or attackers. So before we go, I'd just like to say a big thank you to the attacker himself, Marco. Thanks, Marco.
Thank you, Xian.
Okay.